You know, the more we look into this case, the more we realize there's a lot of foul play. Ashlee Jenae's family, they speak and made this case worse than we thought. I don't trust the family. I don't trust the family. There's just something that's not right with them. When you think about a mother and a father, if they lost their daughter, right? You should see a certain amount of emotion, a certain amount of concern, anger for their child. I don't see this. This case reminds me of the Shanquella Robinson case, the way her family was all nonchalant, just kind of just going with the flow. There was really no concern, like, you know? It doesn't make sense what we're seeing. I want to play this tape. We're going to play the audio. Then we're going to break it down and hear some interesting things from the family. A lot of people are talking about this issue, but nobody's really breaking it down like Ringo TV. Nobody. So, you know, get something to drink, get some chips, whatever the case is. We're going to take our time, break down this situation. We're going to look at a video from TMZ. Now, when TMZ report on things, definitely there's some foul play. You know? There's something going on because this particular video, it appears as if though they edit this video and they set up some sort of interview with TMZ, and they did Ashlee dirty, man. They did Ashlee dirty. Now, the way they did this thing, I'm going to explain how they did this. Nobody else on social media is going to explain to you what I'm about to explain to you. But let me show you what they did. First thing first, what we're not going to do, we're not going to focus on the fact that she got with a white man. In other words, we're not going to make this a race issue. This particular case is about a woman that was engaged, celebrating her birthday, and for whatever reason, it's like she lost her life. That's what this is about. And it's one of them type of things where it's like, I don't want the way the media is putting out this story to distract you from the case. Because they did something with this story. It's not a new story. It have the same elements of Kanika Jenkins, the same elements of Stephen Twitch Boss, the same elements of Shanquella Robinson. Same kind of elements in this particular case. Now let me explain to you what they're doing. Being that Ashlee was a divester or a swirler, those are internet terms that identify a black woman as one who is looking for a suitable mate who is of, I guess, a white man or anyone that is of that persuasion, as opposed to a black man. We know that's her preference. But the way they painted this story If you pay attention, again, as you're listening to this, pay attention. Don't just jump the gun or you're going to get lost. I'm trying to help you. They know that a story like this is going to make the majority of black men. Now, listen to me carefully. Listen. I'm not saying all black men. This is a social media thing. They're trying to do something. I'm exposing what they're doing. They know the majority of black men that are on social media that are opposed against black women who swirl, who divest. They know the majority of those men will be clapping their hands because of what happened to her. Follow me. They know that. Now, what does that do for the case? It's not helping Ashlee to get justice because the black man, not all, but a group that hang on social media that are at war with the divestors, follow me, they don't care that she died. Just look on social media right now. There's a lot of black men talking, they're laughing, they're giggling, they don't care. So what that does, it creates a war between black women and black men in regards to the case. No one deserves to die, but that's what they want. They want us to fight. And they want us to ignore the case. In other words, oh, she got killed? Who cares? She's a divester. You see what I'm doing? You see what's going on? So that's one side of the coin. So now, if black men don't really care because she was with a white man and she happened to die, it's like, well, it is what it is. She should have never been with him in the first place. That's their mindset. So those men are not going to be fighting for her justice. Follow me. Then you have the women that are in the divester community who looked up to Ashlee, believed in her. You understand? This is their group, their community. Whether you're a black man and you don't agree, who cares? If they don't want you, they don't want you. What are you salty for? I'm trying to focus on the case, not the race, because that's what they want us to do. So now TMZ interviews the family. Now, based on what I'm seeing from the family, you could correct me if I'm wrong. You could correct me if I'm wrong. But based on what I'm seeing from the family, I want somebody to correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm trying to show you that it appears that in their family, swirling and divesting may be the norm. Now, again, to each his own. If you're a black woman, you want to get with a white man, black man, you want to get with a white woman, that's your business. I don't care. It got nothing to do with me. What I'm trying to show you, based on what I'm seeing, and I'm going to show you. Because when I look at this image here, I'm trying to figure something out. I'm looking at it and I'm like, so let me get this straight. So, this is a couple, or is this a couple? Or is this the couple? Or is this and this the couple? I'm trying to figure this out. Who's who? Because when I look at this image, what I see is a normal lifestyle of divesting in the family. Another thing that we have to understand is, based on this clip, the family said that they met Joe, and that Joe asked for their blessing to marry the daughter. So it's going to get real interesting, right? Now, I'm putting this all together because a lot of times people keep focusing on race. I want to focus on the case. They're trying to distract us with, oh, she was with a white man, who cares? Listen, there's black women that get with black men, and these black men kill them too. So whether it was a black or a white man doesn't really matter. The woman is dead. Now, I'm going to also throw something else in the frying pan. Someone came into my comment section. I don't have your name. My apologies. But somebody brought up some details that we need to consider. What if, and this is a quote from somebody that was, I'm not sure if it was in my comment section or in my live chat. I think it was in the comment section. They said the following: what if Joe McCann went back to the room, made up with Ashlee, had some sort of role play, sexual, tie me up type thing, role playing like she's a runaway slave or some sort of role play, freaky deaky weirdo stuff, and basically was playing like she's hanging. And she was supposed to trust that he would get her free. But he set it up so that she can do it, follow me, knowing that by her doing this to herself and waiting for him to free her, he just stood back and watched her die and never freed her. That point that person brought up, we need to dully note that, put that on the file, because that could be something too. When you think about it, it makes sense. Because it was Joe who claimed, based on the family, that he went back to the room and he found her. Now, if they separated these two, why would he go back to the room? Sounds to me like they already made up, but he was still pissed with her. For whatever reason, whatever she found out about Joe, it seems as if though they made up, probably did some freaky stuff, and she probably was with whatever he said. Oh yeah, babe, put this noose around your neck. Put this rope around your neck. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna save you. But he didn't save her. Probably had her hands tied up, whatever the case is. You don't know what, they didn't give us no information on how they discovered the body. And here's this: Joe is the one that discovered the body. So Joe could have did anything to the body. Joe could have did anything. He could have tampered with evidence, right? Manipulated the circumstances, cleaned up the room, and then called hotel staff and the police. So now, maybe I missed it in the live chat. Maybe I missed it. Maybe somebody answered my question. But now, based on this image here, who's the couple? Is these two the couple? And these two are a couple? Because one's supposed to be the mom and the dad. So that would make this guy married to one of them ladies. So based on what I'm seeing from their family, it is normal, right, for black women to get with a white man. I mean, even in the South, you know, out here in North Carolina, you see a lot of black women, and they're with a white man. You know, sometimes you'll You'll see a black woman, you'll be like, oh, they got a black family here. And then when you look closely, she have a white husband. So it's very common. So what I'm trying to show is if the family are basically in interracial marriages and unions, then it's not like a shocker that Ashlee has a preference for white men. You know? Now, I've seen a couple of videos where people are finding old posts and they're saying that Ashlee said a lot of horrible things about black men. That has nothing to do with the case. Those are the type of things that it's designed to distract you from what's going on. I don't care about how she felt about black men. You know, if I'm a doctor, my job is to do my job. My job is not to be upset with you because your preference is a white man. If I'm upset about that, then I got some serious insecurity issues. So if black men feel some type of way because one woman decides she want to get with white men, you're insecure, bro. You got problems. Her preference have nothing to do with you because a lot of you guys, you'll sleep with whatever woman throw you some cat. Let's just keep it a buck. 99.9% of you guys, it doesn't matter what group, what ethnic group of woman, if she's throwing that cat at you, you sleeping with her. That's a fact. So I'm trying to focus on how did this woman die and why the family is not outraged and doing what they need to do. So I'm going to play the tape without showing the video at first. And then I'll show you the video by holding the laptop so that we could break this stuff down. Because I don't trust the family of Ashlee. I don't trust the family. They're not showing no emotion. It's almost like they knew she was going to die. Their faces, I'm not sensing the urgency, listen, when a mother loses a child, she loses her mind. She go crazy. I don't see that. I don't see tears. Nothing. And that concerns me. And it makes me feel like they already knew she was going to die when she went down there. It's like they knew. This is crazy, man, but let me play the tape from the top. As you join the stream, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Let's go.
Lifestyle influencer Ashlee Jenae died during a trip to Zanzibar earlier this month, and now her family is demanding answers. Ashlee's final posts on social media were of her celebrating her birthday with giraffes in Tanzania, Africa, and getting engaged to her boyfriend, Joseph McCann. But there's a local report claiming initial investigations determine Ashlee took her own life during the trip after a falling out with her fiancé just days after he proposed. Joining me now are Ashlee's parents, Harry and Yolanda, and their spouses. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. So local authorities in Zanzibar initially said that Ashlee took her own life, but you guys released a statement saying that her death was suspicious. What do you think happened?
We're not too sure what happened. That's what we're trying to find out. I got 2 emails today from the embassy in Zanzibar, and they said the investigation is still ongoing. They have not determined the cause of death yet at all, and the investigation is still ongoing and still pending right now. So there has nothing official has been released. And that's what we're trying to find out. We just want answers.
What was the initial call like when you first learned that your daughter passed away?
The call was shocking and it was devastating and scary, honestly, because we don't know what's going on, what happened.
What did they relay to you at that time?
Well, the communication came to us from the Hotel Zuri Zanzibar, where they were staying. It didn't come from the hospital or from the police.
Have you guys since spoken to authorities or the embassy?
No,
We've had little contact with the embassy, but no, not with the police.
So were you told anything about the manner as to how she passed away or what exactly led up to her passing?
officially, no, we have not talked to anyone from the police or anybody in the medical field at all. Nothing. Nothing.
What was it that the hotel initially told you guys?
That the person, that Joe McKim, who she was traveling with, had, that he had found her and that they had taken her to the hospital.
You heard that? They said that Joe McCann was the one who found her dead. Come on, man. Y'all gonna listen, man. The man killed her. He killed her. Because if they were separated in separate rooms, what he doing back at her room? If you're separated, you don't supposed to be back at the room. You can just call her phone. Guys, let's just be real. If hotel staff separated Joe from Ashlee, how he end up back at her room? You don't just go there if you know she's pissed with you, right? You would call. Hey, babe, you still upset with me? I'm gonna swing by. You know what I'm saying? We could probably make up, you know. All right, come over. How was he able to get back into the room? How was he able to get back in the room? Make that make sense. Let's go.
And then a follow-up call from the hotel several hours later,
And I
relaying.
we just think it's very odd that our daughter is traveling with Joe and we don't hear anything from Joe. To me, that's very odd. And initial call that she got from Joe was 11 hours after something had transpired in the room. And that's very odd.
11
hours. Later,
11 hours.
something had transpired and Joe just relayed to Yolanda that Ashlee was okay, she was stable and she was okay and don't worry about it.
But that she was at the hospital.
Yes. 11 hours later.
So
This is
have
crazy.
you spoken to him since?
Let me
And
play that back. Give me a minute.
What has he been saying?
At all. Nothing.
Passed away or what exactly led up to her passing?
Officially, no, we have not talked to anyone from the police or anybody in the medical field at all. Nothing. Nothing.
What was it that the hotel initially told you guys?
That the person, that Joe McKim, who she was traveling with, had, that he had found her and that they had taken her to the hospital.
Joe found her and claimed they had taken her to the hospital. Nah, Joe killed her. Joe don't supposed to be in the room, guys. Joe was moved to another room. So why would Joe be back at her room? How did Joe get into the room? Think about this now. Because the story also claimed that she asked for a so-called charger, and then 10 minutes later, she ended up dead. So which one is it, guys? These stories are not making sense. One story says that Ashlee asked for a charger. The dude went to go get the charger, came back 10 minutes later, she dead. Now she's telling us that Joe went to check on the room and yeah, she's dead. Which one is it? It's not making sense.
And then a follow-up call from the hotel several hours later,
And I
relaying.
we just think it's very odd that our daughter is traveling with Joe and we don't hear anything from Joe. To me, that's very odd. And initial call that she got from Joe was 11 hours after something had transpired in the room. And that's
11 hours after something transpired in the room is when they got the call.
very odd. 11 hours later,
11 hours.
something had transpired, and Joe just relayed to Yolanda that Ashlee was okay, she was stable, and she was okay, and don't worry about it.
But that she doesn't.
So basically, they want you to believe. Now watch how the story is all twisted up right here, guys. They were telling her that Ashlee's okay, she's stable, she's this. We're just taking her to the hospital. How if she was hanging? How if she committed the S word? How if she was already dead? How? So let me get this straight. She's in a hotel room hanging herself. They find her, she's still good. They contact the family to say, hey, she's still good. We're taking her to the hospital. Everything seems okay. Look like she's going to be okay. But she turns up dead. Y'all don't see foul play?
The hospital.
Then rewind it back.
And then a follow-up call from the hotel several hours later,
And I
relaying.
we just think it's very odd that our daughter traveling with Joe and we don't hear anything from Joe. To me, that's very odd. And initial call that she got from Joe was 11 hours after something had transpired in the room. And that's very odd. 11 hours later,
11 hours.
something had transpired, and Joe just relayed to Yolanda that Ashlee was okay, she was stable, and she was okay, and don't worry about it.
But that she was at the hospital.
Yes.
You see that? So he's telling the family she's okay, she's good, blah, 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 because he killed her. Guys, again, someone came in my live, my comment section and made a point that maybe Joe and Ashlee was doing some sort of role play. What is that crap called, man? I don't know what the heck it's called, dominatrix or whatever matrix crap, and had her tied with something around her neck, and it was supposed to be some game, but Joe kind of let her SSM, he let her stay there and choke out. It was supposed to be something they were doing together, and it got out of hand, and she choked out. He panicked, knew what he did, started to scramble. Oh my goodness, what did I do? Hey, staff, come to the room. Oh my goodness, she had something around her neck. I don't know, man. Looked like she tried to take her life. Oh my goodness, I can't believe. You see that? That's why he went and told the family, oh, she good. We're just taking her to the hospital. Everything's going to be okay. Because he know what he did. He know what he did.
And then a follow-up call from the hotel several hours later,
And I
relaying.
we just think it's very odd that our daughter traveling with Joe and we don't hear anything from Joe. To me, that's very odd.
Of course, it's very odd that the family was not hearing anything from Joe. That's why I said that Joe is the killer. Joe is the killer, but I also don't trust the family because I think everybody's just playing their part, you know, because the family is not showing no signs of them being concerned about her death. They're not showing no real concern.
And initial call that she got from Joe was 11 hours after something had transpired in the room. And that's very odd. 11 hours later,
11 hours.
something had transpired, and Joe just relayed to Yolanda that Ashlee was okay, she was stable, and she was okay, and don't worry about it.
But that she was at the hospital.
Yes. 11 hours later.
So have you spoken to him since, and what has he been saying?
There has been no communication here.
Wow, shocking. So, you know, as you've seen,
There been no communication between the family and Joe thus far, guys. None. No communication. Because he's the murderer.
Hard in the room. And that's very odd. 11 hours later,
11 hours.
something had transpired, and Joe just relayed to Yolanda that Ashlee was okay, and she was stable, and she was okay, and don't worry about it.
But that she was at the hospital.
Yes. 11 hours later.
so have you spoken to him since, and what has he been saying?
There has been no communication here.
Wow, shocking. So, you know, as you've seen, the local
The TMZ lady said shocking because there has been no communication between Joe and the family. She said shocking. Of course it's shocking. That's weird. Why he's not communicating with the family?
said that had claimed that she took her own life. Did you guys ever think that Ashlee had any mental health issues?
I would think that's farther from the truth. If you go to her page, you know, like you can see she's a beacon of light. You know, she likes being on, like it's like being in the camera. She was an influencer. You know, she
loved her family.
She loved her family.
She loved her family.
Most of
What was her mindset like before going on this insane African birthday trip?
excited and happy and
You know what? I think you're right, man. I think you're right. You says he paid them people off. That's exactly what it looked like. It looked like if Joe may have gotten to the family, paid them off. It was like, look, I'm sorry. I'm going to give you guys a couple of millions of dollars. We were playing, something happened, and it's my fault, and paid them, had some sort of NDA signed, whatever the case is, and that was the end of it.
she was elated that she was traveling for her birthday to celebrate and be with who she thought was the love of her life.
And you guys said there's really been not much communication between you and her fiance, Joseph. What, if you could say anything to him right now, what would you say?
I just wanted to
And we want to know what happens.
What is your understanding as to where his whereabouts are now, and why do you think he would be avoiding your calls?
We don't know. We're unsure right now. Because we're just trying to seek the answers.
Do you know if he's spoken to authorities at all?
We're not aware.
We're not aware.
We're not aware of that at all.
Because what I knew is we haven't spoken to them. So I'm not sure who they are talking to. It's one answer. You know, it's
Our attempts to get information.
I'm so sorry you guys are going through this right now. That must be
That whole interview with TMZ just seems staged and fake, bro. It don't even have a natural. It don't feel natural. It feels edited. It feels like AI. It just doesn't have no soul to it. It's like you're not even listening to humans.
confusing, especially if you are saying that she was so excited for this birthday trip, didn't really have any history of mental health issues. That's got to be extremely confusing and frustrating for you guys. I'm very sorry you're going through that. No parent should ever have to bury their own child. Have her remains been released to you yet? And what are the plans for the funeral?
we don't have any of that. We don't have any of that information yet.
So from your understanding, her body is still in Zanzibar, Africa. What is the last update you got on your daughter's death?
we haven't had a first update yet. That's
The only thing was
You know, that's kind of crazy because I want you to see this, right? And I'm going to play the video where you can see it. I'm going to get into the studio to do these videos. Probably tomorrow I'll do that. But I want you to see this, right? I want you to see them laughing. Like laughing, guys. They're laughing while talking about the case. This doesn't appear to be normal.
we haven't had a first update yet. That's
the only
Did
the
you
only
catch
thing
that?
was a brief
Did you catch that?
brief
Look, let me do it again.
we haven't had a first update yet. That's That's
The only thing was a brief.
Listen, something ain't right. Why are they laughing? Why are they laughing when they said we haven't even had the first update yet, and they started to laugh? Does that sound like a family that care about Ashlee? It's a joke to them, guys. They got paid.
Brief email from the embassy stating that the investigation was ongoing. That's it.
And one thing that we do, we reach out, we knew about the footage at the hotel. Was there any footage? Did you look at the footage? Did you see the footage? These are things that's very important to us. These are things that can clear everything up. It gives us the timeline. It lets us know what happened. We have not seen or heard or even anything about any kind of footage surveillance. These are things that we need to know.
How are you guys feeling right now?
Devastated. Lost. A lot of unanswered questions.
They said that they're devastated and lost. These people haven't shed not one tear yet.
Did you guys meet him before this trip, or did he ask you for her hand in marriage before proposing?
Yes. We have one.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
They did met him. You hear that? They said they met him, and he asked for her hand in marriage. Now watch this. They lied, guys. They lied. Exclusive on Ringo TV. The family lied. If they met Joe, and Joe asked for their daughter's hand in marriage, why they lied to tell us that the daughter said he proposed and now they're engaged, if they already met Joe and Joe asked for their daughter's hand in marriage? Bro, the whole story is being made up. It makes no sense. It would not be a surprise. Hey, Dad, Joe just proposed to me. We're engaged. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy for you, daughter. I'm so happy, man. This is great news. Busted, bro. Busted. Exposed. If you hear anybody else, guys, repeating my talking points, you know they got it from me. They just asked the parents, did you meet Joe? I said, yeah. Did Joe ask for her hand in marriage? Oh, of course he did. So if he did, then Ashlee already know. The family already know. So it's not a surprise that they got engaged on her birthday. So why would they call the family to say we're engaged if they already know? It makes no sense. Man, let's listen to that again. Let's listen to that. This is crazy, man.
The footage. Did you see the footage? These are things that's very important to us. These are things that can clear everything up. It gives us the timeline. It lets us know what happened. We have not seen or heard or even anything about any kind of footage surveillance. These are things that we need to know.
How are you guys feeling right now?
Devastated. Lost. A lot of unanswered questions.
Did you guys meet him before this trip, or did he ask you for her hand in marriage before proposing?
Yes. We have one.
Yes.
Bro. So you guys met the killer, and he asked for her hand in marriage before he proposed to her. Does that make sense? That don't make sense, guys. That don't make sense. That is a discrepancy. That doesn't make no sense. Do you really believe the family? I don't trust the family, guys. They could be in on it. Joe got so much money, he can buy the family. What did Biggie say before he died? He said, your own moms, bruh. will set you up for that cash. Your family will set you up. If the money right, they'll set you up. She wasn't close to her family. We talked about that in my other live streams, guys. I was trying to explain to you guys that Ashlee was not close to her family. She went on and did her own thing, got successful, living her best life, doing what she do. Her family was jealous of her. A lot of you got family members that are jealous of you right now. You know what I'm talking about. The minute you started to grow, your family started to literally badmouth you, separate from you, gossip about you, trying to sabotage you. You ain't do nothing to none of them. They just started hating on you because you decided to elevate and use your life to be productive. People don't like to see you elevate your life. Sometimes people could have more than you and still be jealous of you. You could have one car. Somebody could have 3 cars. They're jealous of you because your car is a newer model. And they mad. You could be on the 9 to 5 making less money. Your supervisor don't like you. They make more money than you. But they're jealous of you because they know one day you're going to be the supervisor. Because they heard you took the test. So because you took the supervisor test, they're jealous of you. Because they know you're going to replace them. Ashlee's family cannot be trusted, guys. Ashlee's family cannot be trusted. Because that would imply, now watch this, gang. Watch this. Joe made a deal with the family and paid them in advance before heading out to Africa with the daughter. He already paid them in advance. Your daughter not coming back. Because if the family already knew that Joe asked for their blessing for their daughter's hand in marriage, right? And they already knew this. It's not a surprise to Ashlee. But if they never told Ashlee, if they kept it a secret from Ashlee, meaning Joe went to the family, blessed them, received their blessing to take their daughter. But he said, shh, don't tell Ashlee. I'm going to surprise her on her birthday. Then what's the point of the phone call saying, hey, we're engaged? Ashlee wasn't coming back home. They already made that deal. That deal was already made. If a man asks a father and mother for their daughter hand in marriage, the daughter already know. It's not a secret. You understand? The daughter already know. It's no different than you a teenager, you a young lady, you go into the prom, you want to bring your boyfriend to your house to meet dad. It's not a big surprise. Both of you know. He's probably scared to meet your father. Typically, that's how it be. The boy be scared. So no man just asks for the father's blessing if the woman don't know. She knows already. So the whole narrative of an engagement on the trip, that's made up. That's for social media. That's for social media. The family already knew. It was not a surprise to them.
Thank you so much, you guys. Is there anything else you want to add? I know a lot of people are wanting to hear from you and probably have just as many questions as you guys do at this time.
I was just going to add that we just want the answers to the questions that we're asking and that everyone's asking. You need help getting information, yes. And that's really what we're asking for.
Yes, and that's the reason why we went to social media. We had to get it out there because this happened on Thursday. and nothing was out there, and nothing was talked about, nothing was there. So that's why, hey, this is what happened. This was our daughter.
The father is lying. You sold your daughter, bro. I can read you. You sold your daughter. He sold his daughter, y'all. This man sold his daughter. I can see the body language. It's clear. Yo, I'm telling you, they lying, man. They lying. Let me see. They're lying. Look at his face, right? Look at his face and look at the woman next to him face. She know he lying. She know he lying. They all lying. You see that? They know. They sold her out. Look. Look at his face. He know the truth. They all know. They sold her out, bro. They took money from Joe to sacrifice that woman. That woman had no chance. She didn't even know that when she went down there, she was going to die. She didn't even know it. They knew. Because if Joe McCann asks for the father and mother's blessing to marry their daughter, then an engagement surprise is not a surprise. That doesn't make no sense. Why ask for the blessing and then have an engagement proposal? We already know what you're going to do.
Everyone needs to know what happened. And that's why
Well, I truly hope you guys get the answers to the questions that you deserve. You deserve to have everything answered. I'm so sorry you're going through this. Thank you so much for joining me today, and please keep us updated about what you're hearing going forward.
And then at the end, they're smiling. At the end, they're smiling, guys. What? Nah, man, what the heck is going on with these people, man? They smiling. What are you smiling for when you just lost your daughter? Nah, bro. Look at this. Let me see.
Thanks for joining me today, and please keep us updated about what you're hearing going forward. Lifestyle influencer Ashlee Jenae
I don't think you were able to
died
see
during
it.
a trip to Zanzibar earlier this month, and hope you guys get the answers to the questions that you deserve. You deserve to have everything answered. I'm so sorry you're going through this. Thank you so much for joining me today, and please keep us updated about what you're hearing going forward.
You see the laugh?
Influencer Ashlee Jenae died.
You see that? What are they smiling for? Let's look at this again.
During a trip to Zanzibar earlier this month, and now her family is demanding answers. Ashlee's final posts on social media were of her celebrating her birthday with giraffes in Tanzania, Africa, and getting engaged to her boyfriend, Joseph McCann. But there's a local report claiming initial investigations determined Ashlee took her own life during the trip after a falling out with her fiance.
After a falling out with her fiance, a falling out. A falling out. That sounds like a breakup. A breakup. Translation, falling out, breakup. They broke up. Come on now. Let's go.
Days after he proposed. Joining me now are Ashlee's parents, Harry and Yolanda, and their spouses.
Make sure you folks hit that like button. You got 387 in the building. If you like the content, hit the like button. Give it a thumbs up. That shows support. It don't cost you not $1 to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Tell a friend about the platform. Let's go.
Thank you so much for joining me, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So local authorities in Zanzibar initially said that Ashlee took her own life, but you guys released a statement saying that her death was suspicious. What do you think happened?
we're not too sure what happened. That's what we're trying to find out. I got 2 emails today from the embassy in Zanzibar, and it said the investigation is still ongoing. That they have not determined the cause of death yet at all. An investigation is still ongoing and still pending right now. So there has nothing official has been released. That's what we're trying to find out. We just want answers.
What was the initial call like when you first learned that your daughter passed away?
The call was shocking and it was devastating and scary, honestly, because we don't know what's going on, what happened.
What did they relay to you at that time?
Well, the communication came to us from the Hotel Zuri Zanzibar, where they were staying.
That's a red flag. The hotel is not supposed to be communicating with the family. Red flag. They murdered their daughter. The hotel is not supposed to be communicating with the family. The authorities are supposed to be communicating with the family. Do you understand? Not the hotel. There's a cover-up going on, guys. A cover-up. Foul play. Joe McCann has money. He probably paying off all those people at that hotel. You know? Why would the hotel be contacting the family? But Joe is not. Joe is on a hiatus right now. I thought he met the family. If Joe met the family, shouldn't he be showing the family respect? Shouldn't Joe be communicating with mom and dad by letting them know, look, I'm sorry for your loss? Shouldn't he be doing that right now?
From the hospital or from the police.
Have you guys since spoken to authorities or the embassy?
No,
We've had little contact with the embassy, but no, not with the police.
So no police communicated with the family. Guys, this is a mess. No police communicated with the family. What? If no police communicated with the family, then that means police were never told about what happened. If you really think about it, because law enforcement should be communicating with the family. They should be filing a report. So that means the way things are being done in Africa is totally different, guys. Totally different. It's not being done how they handle things over here.
So were you told anything about the manner as to how she passed away or what exactly led up to her passing?
officially, no, we have not talked to anyone from the police or anybody in the medical field at all. Nothing. Has been.
What was it that the hotel initially told you guys?
That that Joe McCann, who she was traveling with, had that he had found her and that they had taken.
Red flag. Look how long it took her to answer, guys. Let's rewind that back. Always look at body language. Look at body language. These people, listen, watch this still image here. Watch this. Let me see if I can keep it like this. Watch their faces. Listen, guys, I'm an expert on body language. Look at this. Look at their faces. Let me see if I can get it close. You see their faces? You see that? These people were paid off. They were paid off. You see their faces? They're all trying to make sure that each of them stay on code. They were paid off. I guarantee this, guys. I am an excellent judge of body language. These folks were paid off. Look at their language like, y'all better not mess this up. Are y'all staying on point? Yeah, make sure your face looks sad. Make sure you look like you're hurting. Yeah, you make sure you do your part. Don't even look suspicious. You know, you guys better make sure you do your part because they're paying us a lot of money. That's what's going on, man. These people were bought and paid for, gang. Listen to this.
That Joe McCann, who she was traveling with, had that he had found her and that they had taken her to the hospital.
You see that? She said the hotel staff called the family and said that Joe found Ashlee pretty much trying to take her own life. How he found her if he had his own room? And how would he be able, how is it that Joe was able to get there in time and she was still alive when they took her to the hospital? When they took her to the hospital, she was still alive. They were busy killing her.
And then a follow-up call from the hotel several hours later.
And I
Relaying.
we just think it's very odd that our daughter traveling with Joe and we don't hear anything from Joe.
Well, of course, not hearing anything from Joe is a red flag, you know? Not hearing anything from Joe is a major red flag because it seems like the hotel is doing all the talking. They're not making Joe talk. So that means Joe was paying everybody off to talk for him. Because he couldn't face the family after what he did. And ain't no telling how easy it is to buy people in Africa. You see what I mean? Because he's hiding right now. I don't trust these people, man. Their facial expressions, body language, it's just not adding up, guys. Again, look at this. Every time I stop the video, their facial expressions is telling. It's telling us what we need to know, guys. You can't trust them. Look at their faces. They know they've been paid off by Joe to stay quiet. Look at their face. They know that they got to keep that energy because if not, they ain't going to get that money. They sacrificed their own daughter.
Very odd. And initial call that she got from Joe was 11 hours after something had transpired in the room. And that's very odd. 11 hours later,
11 hours.
Something had transpired and Joe just relayed to Yolanda that Ashlee was okay and she was stable and she was okay. And
so now, wait a minute. So now we got another situation here. Let's rewind that back. We got to make sure that we get all these clues and break it down. Because now it seems as if though Joe called Yolanda. Let's rewind this back because we want to make sure we break it all the way down.
Transpired and Joe just relayed to Yolanda that Ashlee was okay and she was stable and she was okay. And
so Joe relied to Yolanda that Ashlee was okay. Ashlee was okay.
Worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Ashlee's okay. Come on now. Does this make sense?
She was at the hospital.
Yes. 11 hours later.
So have you spoken to him since, and what has he been saying?
There has been no communication here.
Wow, shocking. So, you know, as you've seen, the local report had claimed that she took her own life. Did you guys ever think that Ashlee had any mental health issues?
See, here's the problem. The official story that they're trying to push out that Ashlee took her own life. Why Joe McCann didn't tell the family, oh, Ashlee tried to take her own life. Come on. Why Joe didn't tell, I believe, what's the name, Yolanda? How come Joe didn't tell Yolanda Ashlee tried to take her life? How come he didn't tell her? How come he didn't tell her that? Come on, man. Y'all got to put these things together, man. I'm just trying to make sense of, the whole situation, because it's like the way this phone call went is like, Ashlee good. How's she good? The media said that she was hanging in a closet, hanging on a clothesline. But Joe told the family she's good. We're taking her to the hospital. She okay. You don't even have to worry. Come on, y'all. Put it together. Put it together, man. Joe, listen. Joe, you need to turn yourself in because you going down.
I don't think that's farther from the truth. If you go to her page, like she's a beacon of light. She likes being in the limelight. It's like being in the camera. She was an influencer. She loved her family. She loved her family. She loved her family. Most of
No. She don't love her family. No. Think about what they just did right there. They're saying that Ashlee wouldn't take her life because she loved her family. No, the truth is they didn't love Ashlee. Ashlee and them didn't have a close relationship. Just like a lot of you don't have a close relationship with your family. You don't hate your family. You just got to go separate yourself and do your own thing because they on demon time. They try and sabotage you. They weren't there to support you. Now that you moved up in life and you're stable now, after going through all your struggles, now your family want to reach out. No, it's too late. I'm doing my own thing. Y'all stay over there. I stay over here. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You're not as connected to your family as you once was when you were younger. You're an adult now. You're doing your own thing. Probably got your own family, got kids, businesses, job, career. You're busy. You don't got no time. They want us to believe that Ashlee wouldn't do a thing like this because she loves her family. But the truth is they were never really close with her. They were not close with her. The story don't make sense. How could Joe contact Yolanda and say, Ashlee is good. You don't got nothing to worry about. That means that whatever happened that was supposed to kill her, it didn't work. But on the way to the hospital, they finished the job. She was supposed to be dead. When Joe went back to the room, she was supposed to be gone. She was still alive. Don't worry, we're taking her to the hospital. Bro, why are you going to the hospital? You were separated from her. No, he went to make sure that they finished the job. Do you understand? That's what went down. That's what went down.
Before going on this insane African birthday trip.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? See, a lot of y'all not paying attention. That's why we got to do these breakdowns. The TMZ lady said an insane African vacation. Insane. Come on now. Listen.
Excited and happy, and she was elated that she was traveling for her birthday to celebrate, and be with who she was the love of her life.
And you guys said there's really been not much communication between you and her fiance, Joseph. What, if you could say anything to him right now, what would you say?
I just want to peace. And we want to know what happens.
What is your understanding as to where his whereabouts are now, and why do you think he would be avoiding your calls?
We don't know. We're unsure right now. That's why we're just trying to seek the answers.
Do you know if he's spoken to authorities at all?
We're not aware.
We're not aware of that at all.
Because what I know is we haven't spoken to So I'm not sure who they are talking to. It's one answer. It's
Our attempts to get information.
I'm so sorry you guys are going through this right now. That must be extremely confusing, especially if you are saying that she was so excited for this birthday trip, didn't really have any history of mental health issues. That's got to be extremely confusing and frustrating for you guys. I'm very sorry you're going through that. No parent should ever have to bury their own child.
That's cliche speaking. We heard those type of talks all the time. No parent should have to bury their own child. We heard that 1,000 times. This is right out of a playbook script, guys.
Remains been released to you yet? And what are the plans for the funeral?
We don't have any of that. We don't have any of that information yet.
So from your understanding, her body is still in Zanzibar, Africa. What is the last update you got on your daughter?
So her body is still in Zanzibar, Africa. And a lot of folks gave this family over $63,000 on GoFundMe. And up to now, they haven't got back her personal belongings, her cell phone, and everything else. Think about what's going on here. You guys gave her $63,000, the family. Why are they not in Africa right now? Why they're not in Africa if you guys gave them $63,000? How come they didn't take that trip yet? They not in Africa. They still out here playing games. Shouldn't they be out there fighting? Shouldn't they be out there to gather her body, to bring it back? Proper burial, autopsy. Come on now. To find out if she was drugged. Do she still got her organs? Did they take her organs out? Why I'm the one doing all the work? You guys gave her $63,000. I didn't get $63,000, but I'm doing the investigation. But you guys gave that family all that support. And they're not even in Africa right now. They're not giving you guys no updates, no video proof, nothing. I told you 1,000 times, don't trust the family. Don't trust them because they're moving shady. Imagine, you guys gave the family $63,000. They haven't stepped foot on Africa yet. They don't got her cell phone, her clothing, her body, nothing. No photos, nothing. There's no updates. The family is doing you guys dirty. They trying to distract you by making you look at, oh, Joe is not talking to us. Joe didn't say nothing to us. Well, what about you, family? Why you're not addressing the public? Why you're not updating the public on the whereabouts of you? Where are you? Where's Yolanda? Why you guys are not in Africa? Y'all should be over there right now. Boots on the ground. Y'all supposed to be at the embassy. Y'all supposed to be at the police stations. Y'all supposed to be literally at that hotel. Literally right now. But they're not doing it. They took y'all money, man. Just like I said. I told you it was a money grab. Ashlee is said to be a millionaire. Her net worth, $1 million. You understand? Ashlee was not broke. Ashlee traveled all over. You got a lot of women in today's day, 2026, they get into the bag. They're able to travel. I'm not here. Now watch this. I'm not here to judge Ashlee in terms of what she did throughout her life to get her where she is right now. Because I see a lot of people making videos. Oh, she was a stripper. She was this. She was that. That has nothing to do with the case. See, when we do our investigations, we're not here to focus on gossip, hearsay, rumors, foolishness, bochinche. We're not here for none of that garbage. I don't care about none of that mess. I'm trying to focus on what's going on right now. She is said to have a net worth of $1 million. She was successful. She traveled all the time. She shopped all the time. She drove a Mercedes Benz. She was doing pretty good for herself. So why the family is begging on social media for GoFundMes, yet Joe Schmo McCann is a multi-millionaire crypto guy, but he didn't foot the bill for the family to fly out to Africa. But yet they want us to believe that he asked the family for their daughter's hand in marriage. How could you ask for their daughter's hand in marriage without the daughter knowing? I can't ask the father for your daughter's hand in marriage if I first didn't ask the daughter. So the whole engagement was fake for social media. It was all made up. You understand? Something happened at that hotel that Ashlee learned about Joe that broke her heart. And the information was so bad, it was going to embarrass her. She couldn't believe it. And when she confronted Joe, things escalated. Things got worse to the point where they had to separate them. Now, here's the thing. Now, watch this, guys. You ready for this one? Put a 1 if you're ready for the truth. I'm just calling it what it is. Ashlee and Joe was never separated. Ashlee and Joe was never separated. That's the narrative they want us to believe to distract us from placing Joe at the crime scene. Joe was always in that room. They never separated them. If they did, show the footage. Show us the camera footage of Joe leaving the room with his bag and going to the other side of the resort. Show us the footage. If you don't got that footage, you're lying. Joe was in the room the whole time, because how could Joe find Ashlee in a closet on a clothing line hanging herself? How? If he's supposed to be on the other side of the resort. Joe was in the room the whole time. Once Joe did whatever he did with Ashlee and he found out that she's unresponsive, he panicked. When he panicked, he went downstairs, he called management, he called staff and was like, look guys, you guys got to clean this mess up. I'll pay whatever I got to pay. All right, this is what we're going to say. That we move you to another room, that y'all had a disturbance, you had some sort of issue, but why would she take her life? Why would she? Why? Why would a woman who's successful, watch this, why would a woman, listen, this doesn't make no sense. Why would a woman that other women envy, because you know she had haters, other women envied her, it's her birthday celebration, she just got engaged, she's enjoying the environment at this luxury resort. She probably got businesses and other opportunities. She's about to marry the man of her dreams. Why would she go and end her life? after working so hard to obtain it. She was murdered. They took her out. Joe was never moved from that room. I'm telling you, show the footage. They will never show you the footage. Joe was in the room the whole time. I can hear it. I can see it. The story's not adding up. The phone calls, the timeline of events, nothing is making sense. Oh, Ashlee asked for a so-called charger. So, yeah. The guy went downstairs to get the charger. He come back upstairs. She's dead. But then they told us that Joe found her dead. It don't make no sense. Joe was in the room. And if Joe got into the room, then that means he had to be communicating with Ashlee. If Joe was moved to another room, you gonna tell me he wasn't communicating with his woman who he's engaged with? Hey, baby, I'm sorry what happened. You know what I'm saying? Can I come back to the room? You know what I mean? Let's just work this thing out. He never was separated. He was in the room the whole night. They lying, bro. The whole story's a lie. They lying about everything. That's why we got to do our own investigation. Nobody's silencing me from speaking this truth. I use my own brain to put this puzzle together. Joe was never separated. Show the footage if he was. And I want timestamps, not no doctored images, not no doctored AI videos. Timestamps. The same type of footage that you get when you see a cop's body cam. Let's see the footage. So we know the timeline of events. Because they're lying. They're protecting Joe. They're protecting his image and his interests. Because if not, he will be charged with murder. Cryptocurrency multimillionaire would go down for murder. They put together that narrative that they separated them. They never separated them. Joe was in the room the whole night. He was there. They're trying to not place him at the crime scene. You gotta understand me, guys. Anytime I do these stories, I'm telling you I'm right, bro. That man was not removed from that room. It makes no sense. If she needed a charger, all she had to do is just contact Joe. Hey, babe, I know they separated us. Could you bring my charger? Why would a millionaire, why would a woman who is doing financially well need a charger? That don't make no sense. They lying. The whole story, bro. Put it together, y'all. And the family is not even helping us with this case because it seemed like they dancing around doing interviews getting paid. Why would TMZ take this interview with the family? Why? What's their interest in this? What's their interest in this case? Because they're working with them too. I don't trust none of them, bro.
Death.
We haven't had a first update yet. That's
The only thing was a brief.
Watch this. Watch this, guys. Watch this. Watch them laughing.
We had a first update yet. That's
The only thing was a brief email.
Did you see that? Let's show you again. Look at this.
first update yet. That's
The only thing was a
One more time. One more time. This is bad.
What is the last update you got on your daughter's death?
we haven't had a first update yet. That's
the only thing was a brief Brief email from the embassy stating that the investigation was ongoing. That's it.
And one thing that we did reach out, we knew about the footage at the hotel. What was there in the footage? Did you look at the footage? Did you see the footage? These are things that's very important to us. These are things that can clear everything up.
So if it could clear everything up, why you guys are not in Africa right now? How come the family is not in Africa right now gathering the footage? How come they're not lawyered up to get that footage so they could clear the case? Because they're working with Joe. They're working with Joe, guys. This is crazy. You see them laughing, giggling. This is not funny. It's not. You lost your daughter and you're busy laughing. This is crazy, man. Absolutely crazy.
It gives us the timeline. It lets us know what happened. We have not seen or heard or even anything about any kind of footage surveillance.
So they didn't get no footage. They don't got no information. And yet you guys are doing interviews with TMZ rather than going down to Africa and get what you need for your daughter. They're not even fighting. There's no urgency. There's nothing there.
Things that we need to know.
How are you guys feeling right now?
Devastated, lost, devastated, lost.
They're not feeling devastated and lost. They got paid. They got paid, bro. These people got paid, man. Look at their faces. Right after they ask, how do you feel? Oh, devastated. Look at their faces. Does that look like devastated? No. Look at this. Does that look like a devastated family devastated? No. That's when people got paid. That is when people sold their daughter out and they got some money. Man, I tell you, the love of money is the root of all evil.
Answer questions.
Watch
Did you
this.
guys meet him
Watch
before
this.
trip, or did?
Look at this, guys. I want you guys to see this. You guys, I want you to see this. Nobody else is breaking down these videos like me. So hit the like button. Let's go. Watch this. Watch body language.
Devastated, lost, devastated, lost. A lot of unanswered questions.
Did you guys meet him before this trip, or did he ask
Look
you
again.
for her?
Look again.
Devastated, lost.
Watch this. Hold on.
A lot of unanswered questions.
Watch this.
Kind of footage surveillance. The things that we need to know.
How are you guys feeling right now?
Devastated, lost, devastated, lost. A lot of unanswered questions.
Did you guys meet him before this trip, or did he ask you for her hand in marriage before proposing?
Yes. We have money. Yes.
Okay, watch this. This is bad. This is really, really bad right here, guys. Watch the body language. They already met Joe. Joe cut a check. Look.
Before this trip, or did he
Hold on.
ask you for her?
Let's go. Let me go here. Here we go.
The questions.
Did you guys meet him before this trip, or did he ask you for her hand in marriage before proposing?
Yes.
Yes.
We have money.
Yes.
Thank you so much, you guys. Is there anything else you want to add? I know a lot of people are wanting to hear.
You didn't see her body language? It was almost like, yes, we met him. We met him. So if you met him, she was with him. If you met Joe, that mean that Ashlee was with him. when he asked the family for her hand in marriage. So that's the proposal right there. They were already engaged. They were already engaged, bro. They lied to social media. They made social media believe they just got engaged, but they were already engaged. I told you, I don't trust the family. I don't trust them at all. They've been compromised already. Listen, let me tell you something, man. Money is powerful. Money will make people sell their soul. People will change, bro. They'll sell you out. They'll turn against you for money. Money will make your whole family sell you out.
From you, and probably have just as many questions as you guys do at this time.
You got a point. They appear to be fearful of something. That could be something too. They could have been threatened. You never know. It could be not even a threat. It could be a situation of they got paid to stay quiet, but their heart is condemning them because of what they did. So it's almost like they feel bad. You get it? Like, we took the money, allegedly, we took the money, but damn, man, I feel kind of bad, dog. Like, but we need this money. We need it. One of them type of things.
I was just going to add that we just want the answers to the questions that we're asking and that everyone's asking. You need help getting information, and that's really what we're asking for.
Yes, and that's
I'm not buying this. You know why I'm not buying this? I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you right now. Because one of these ladies is married to the white man. And the white man is basically going along with the whole shenanigans too. He's not coming across like a real white man who's looking for answers. I don't sense that in him. Listen, his body language is off. Look at his eyes. He's lying. Look at his eyes, fam. Look. He's lying. Look at his face. He's nervous. It's like somebody's pointing a gun at him, bro. I should have been a damn detective, bro. Because I can see through all of this nonsense. This stuff is easy. These people are looking like a gun is pointed at them. Like somebody have them at gunpoint doing this interview. It don't make no sense. Other factors you got to pinpoint in this, guys. Watch this. Now, before I show you, some of you in your mind telepathically, you're thinking the same thing. I'm going to confirm what you're thinking right now. They're all the same color, but he's in this color. How many of you were thinking that? Boom. They're all dressed like this, like they're pure. But he's in this color here. You see that? Why are they all dressed the same? And why the father look like he's wearing a woman's blouse? What's going on? Y'all don't see that? Come on, man. This stuff is dark. Whatever went, listen, man, they did Ashlee dirty, bro. They did Ashlee horrible.
the reason why we went to social media on Sunday. We had to get it out there because this happened on Thursday.
Got him. Watch this. Got him. Watch this. He messed up. Body language. Always look at body language. Watch this.
You need help getting information, and that's really what we're asking for.
Yes, and that's the reason why we went to social media on Sunday. We had to get it out there because this happened on Thursday and nothing was out there. Like, nothing was talked about. Nothing was there. So that's why, hey, this is what happened. This was our daughter. Everyone needs to know what happened. And that's why.
You're lying. He's lying. He don't sound like a father. He don't sound like a father. Nah. I got 4 daughters. This man don't sound like a father. I don't see it. He's not speaking like a father that just lost his baby. He's not. Oh, that's the reason why we went to social media. Because what? That's the reason why you went to social media? You saw his body language? How you lose a daughter, bro? And you so calm, cool, collected. No tears. You could tell they gave him a fresh new cut, fresh shape up, everything. And this is how you know everybody here lying. When you see people do this, look at that woman's face. Look at her expression. She know they all lying, bruh. They lying. Just like him. They lying. These are demons, man. What if Ashlee is still alive? What if Ashlee is still alive and she was thrown in some ring of some sort of perverted, sick mess, and they got her out in Africa doing all sorts of crazy stuff to her right now, and got us over here thinking she gone? Where's the body? Where's the body? The family don't got the body, so where the body at? So the body just sitting somewhere decomposing? Come on. Where the body at?
Well, I truly hope you guys get the answers to the questions that you deserve. You deserve to have everything answered. I'm so sorry you're going through this. Thank you so much for joining me today, and please keep us updated about what you're hearing going forward. Lifestyle influencer Ashlee Jenae.
So, hey, that's enough of me playing that tape. This story is dark. This is a dark story. How could a woman just end up in a hotel room and there's so many conflicting stories and nobody's giving answers? The law enforcement haven't even spoken to the family yet. This don't make no sense, man. We need more answers, guys. We need more answers. That's why we're doing these shows, to bring awareness to this story, because despite how viewers may feel, whether male or female, she didn't deserve to die, right? No one deserves to die because of their preferences. I understand, we know we got the whole divester movement, swirler movement, but if her preferences is white men, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't deserve to die. You see what I mean? Nobody deserves to die, man. The other day you had that black dude that killed 8 of his kids, 8 of his babies. What kind of sick demon kills 8 kids? What kind of animal does that? Monster. where you could look at your own babies and kill them. That kind of animal need to be destroyed. You understand? There's some sick people in the world. And it doesn't matter if they're white or black. Demons are demons. And they could get into anybody. But somebody did Ashlee dirty. And her blood is crying out for justice. You understand? That's what we're focused on. We're focused on bringing awareness to the topic, breaking things down, whether we're speculating, putting pieces together, thinking out loud. Because remember, Joe McCann is not talking. He's quiet because he's guilty. You understand? He was never moved to another room. I don't believe that. I'm too intelligent to believe that lie. If you're engaged, you stay with your woman. That's a narrative they put out to be his alibi that he was not at the crime scene. Because they know we're going to throw stones at him. Because he was the last person she was with. So he's supposed to be her protector. Well, why wasn't he protecting her? And how is it that he was able to find her and let the parents know that she's okay? We're taking her to the hospital. She was not okay. And he know why. Why tell the parents that their daughter is okay and then she end up dead? What happened, Joe? Joe, what happened to Ashlee? Come on now. Why Joe is not letting the public know what he did? Joe, what did you do to Ashlee? What did you do? You need to talk about it because we're putting the puzzle together and you're not going to be able to get away from this one. You did something to that woman. She probably saw something you were doing. Maybe you had some other woman. Maybe you were messing around. Maybe you were messing around with a dude. I don't know. But she saw something. And y'all had some sort of dispute. Was y'all having some SSM, whatever, type freak show going on in the hotel room, and you had her tied up around her neck, and she was choking, and you just let her choke out? You did. And she ended up going unconscious? What did you do to her? You did something. Guys like you are into that weird stuff too. Yeah, you probably did some stuff like that. Probably some sexual weird experience gone wrong. It went overboard. Y'all were drunk, drinking. One thing led to another. She's choking. You probably fell asleep while she there choking out. Then you got up. Oh, Ashlee, baby. Oh my goodness. Ashlee. Oh, you okay? Ashlee, wake up. Ashlee. Oh my goodness, bro. What am I gonna do? Hello? Yeah, I found Ashlee. I don't know, she tried to take her own life. Yeah, come to the room. Let me put her in the closet. Sorry, babe. I can't go to jail. Do you see what I mean? Well, we don't know if they had an argument. We don't know that. That's what they're telling us. We don't know that. This is called speculation. We were not there. There's no evidence. There's no video. So everything we are learning and understanding is based on us just using our brains. A woman turned up dead, something happened. Whether they were arguing, fighting, or they just plot to kill this woman, something dirty happened to her. She's the one that's dead. Joe is not dead. She's dead. And there may have been a struggle. There may have been a struggle. What if she wanted to go home and Joe held her hostage the whole time? Come on now. She probably wanted to go home and Joe probably was like, you ain't going nowhere. You staying right here. Anyway, guys, if you like the content, if you appreciate the work, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you rock with the shows, hit the like button. That helps with the algorithm. That helps YouTube to push the video so more people can enjoy the content. We're going to keep you posted, man. We're going to keep our foot on Joe's neck. We're going to let the world know the truth. We are literally trying to get answers. I don't trust the family. I don't trust nobody. Because it seemed like nobody's really focusing on what happened to Ashlee. The family trying to get money. Joe is hiding. The media is making up so many different stories. They can't even get their lies straight. They think we dumb. No, we're putting all the puzzles together. There's a lot of contradictions. A lot of things are just not adding up. We need a timeline. We need video footage. We need the hotel footage. We need phone records. Because we need to know the timing in which Joe contacted the family. We need the time records on that. From when hotel staff was able to locate Ashlee. We need to know if the hotel ever contacted the authorities. And we also need to know why the authorities never spoke with the parents. You know? They told us that they took Joe's passport. They held him for questioning, but he haven't been charged. Like, this stuff is very vague. It don't make no sense. You know? It don't make no sense at all, man. But hey, I'm going to get up on out of here, guys. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Salute to Forever Studios. Shout out to all the moderators in the building. I believe I seen Caramel Kimmy Kim in the building earlier. Yeah. So again, guys, we'll be back. I know I came on kind of late. I was supposed to come on at about 10 p.m. I'm going to try to be on a little earlier tomorrow. Probably about 9 or 10 p.m. I think 10 p.m. is like the best time because most people are pretty much not busy around those times. It's probably just chilling in the crib and whatnot. But yeah, man, we got to get down to the bottom of this, man. This is like Kanika Jenkins, Shanquella Robinson, Stephen Twitch Boss all over again. All over again. Same type of method, style, story, everything is the same. Parents that were bought, parents that got money under the table. It's just disgusting, man. You know? But yeah. I think something went wrong in that hotel room between Ashlee and Joe. And Joe tried to cover it up with this narrative that she tried to take her life. Something went down, man. It's going to come out. It's going to come out. The truth is going to come out. What's done in the dark eventually come to the light. It's going to come to the light. Sooner or later, it's going to come to the light. There's going to be some sort of evidence, something. That's why I don't trust the family. And if we don't see the family, listen, by next week, if that family is not in Africa and we don't see no video footage of that family giving us updates of them in Africa, you guys better go to GoFundMe and get your money back. File a complaint and get your money back. I told you guys, stop giving your money to these GoFundMes with these damn fraudsters and scammers. Ashlee is dead. No amount of money bringing her back. If that family is not doing nothing to get her body back, to get the answers, what does that tell you? It's a money grab. It's already a money grab. But anyway, we're going to get up on out of here, man. It is what it is. I got to go find this mosquito and kill it. Damn big mosquito must have came in through the garage when I opened the door. It's flying around somewhere. I don't know if it got caught on the live, but it's normally hanging around the lights. But I'll get him in a minute. I got one of them little, I don't know if y'all got one of them tennis rackets that you press a button and it's like, it has like an electrical charge. It's good for catching flies and stuff. You swing it, you catch them in it and just zap them. They be in there frying, bro. I like that tool, man. So, we're going to get up on out of here, man. Y'all have a blessed night, blessed evening, blessed morning, wherever you are in the world. Appreciate everybody stopping by. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Hit the like button. Hype the video. Come into the comment sections. Let's have a conversation. And if you haven't watched my previous live streams about the case, make sure you check those out too. I'm going to create a playlist of these videos. And also, whatchamacallit, what I was going to say also. Kind of lost my track. We're going to keep you updated. Keep your eye on the family. Keep your eye on the family, on what they're doing. Because I don't trust them. And they're not doing enough. A family that lost their daughter should be in Africa already. Boots on the ground. Giving everybody updates. The body should be back already. Autopsies is in order. What's going on? What's the holdup? Catch you in the next video, guys. I'm out. Peace.